Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be starting lesson number 2 in the beginner crochet series, and in this video I'm going to show you how to hold your yarn and your hook. Now there are so many ways that you can hold your yarn, and there are a few ways that you can hold your hook too, but what's most important here is that you don't have to do it a specific way. You can do this however you feel comfortable doing this. So this that I keep showing you here is how I hold my yarn, and what I do is I place the yarn in between my pinky and my ring finger, so you see that there, and then I take the yarn and I go over my middle finger and my ring finger. So now we're holding it like this. And then I just wrap that around my index finger. Then when I'm working, I just hold it with my middle finger and my thumb for my project. So when the yarn is getting worked through, this is typically how it gets pulled through my hand. This is what is most comfortable to me, and honestly, I can't tell you if I've seen somebody hold it this way or not, because like I said, everybody does it differently. You just do it the way you feel the most comfortable. So I'm going to show you a few ways I have seen it done that isn't the way that I do it, just to give you some idea, but you just want to find something that works the best for you. So another way I've seen it done is they place it over these two fingers, your ring finger and your pinky finger. So it's just kind of like that in between your fingers. And then you close those fingers in. So you're holding it kind of like that. And then you wrap it around your index finger here and you pinch it between your middle and your thumb finger. So when you're working, it threads through like that. I've seen some people work it like that. That does not feel comfortable to me, to pinch my fingers here together, but if it works for you, it works for you, you know? Another way I've seen it done is they will put it between their two fingers here, like I showed you at the very beginning, but they will wrap it a bunch of times around their index finger here. So when they're working, they just pull it off of their finger. And that's just how they learned. Now, again, like I said, any of these ways is totally fine. There is no wrong way to hold this yarn. The only thing that you want to make sure that you're doing when you're holding your yarn is maintaining a constant tension. Now, a tension is just the tightness and the looseness that you are holding your yarn at. So let me give you an idea here. This is how I hold my yarn, and when I pull it, we've got a good consistent tension going on here. So how you hold your yarn definitely does determine that. And then how you release the yarn through your hand is going to give you a certain tension. So when you're crocheting, which I will show you how you do this in the next video, but when you are crocheting and making your chain or your stitches, you want to make sure that that yarn is pulling evenly and getting chained evenly. So you see how it's sliding through my fingers like that, and that is just a good tension to work with. And that's because these, you can see here that these are all uniform in shape. They're not too tight together, they're not too loose together, and that is a good medium tension to have. If we were to start making them a bit tighter, let me see, I'm pulling on my index finger here, and then I'm trying to make my loop, and then I pull on it still some more and I make my loop, and I keep on pulling on it and I make my loop, and then maybe I let go of it a little bit and I make them a little bit looser, but then I start pulling on it again and I make my loop, and I pull on it again and I make my loop, and then maybe I pull a little looser, and then maybe I pull tight again. See how it's really hard to get that through with that tight tension too? So let's go back to our chain. This is when we had nice even tension here, and then here we start seeing that I'm pulling tighter, and then I'm loosening up, and then I'm pulling tighter, and then I'm loosening up, and you see that unevenness, and it's going to make the project come out looking a little weird and wobbly, and that's just what tension means. And how you hold your yarn helps that tension form so you get a nice even consistency on your chain. Now we will get into how to do this chain in the next video, video number 3. However, let's get back to the basics. So now we know how to hold our yarn. Now we need to figure out how we hold our hook. Holding your hook is, again, how you feel the most comfortable. The best way that I can relate this is if you've seen people hold their pencils when they write. Some people hold them like this, or they hold them like this, or they hold them like that. You know, it's all different, but we all get the same results in the end because it's all just how we feel comfortable holding it. Now with a crochet hook, the way that I hold mine is like a knife, and this is a common hold for the crochet hook. It's called the knife hold because you're kind of holding it like a butter knife, or how you would hold a knife when you're cutting steak or whatever. So this is how I feel the most comfortable holding my hook when I'm crocheting, is kind of like a knife. There is another hold called the pencil hold, where you hold it up like a pencil and you crochet. I have never found this to be quite comfortable for me. I'm not sure how people get this to work, but half the time people hold it like a knife, and the other half of the time they hold it like a pencil, and then you might get a few people who hold it just a little bit different in between. I can't hold it like a pencil, as you've just seen, but maybe that's comfortable for you. Now, if we want to know how to start our project, if you've seen me throughout here just starting a slip knot and a chain and all that other fun stuff, I will meet you in the next video and we will show you how to get started using your yarn and your hook. I will see you there. Bye!